Welcome to my lasagna cupcake tutorials. Today I am going to take you through the method that I use to make my famous lasagna cupcakes. I have all of the cheeses here that are necessary. Remember, I told you all before that I use the wonton wrappers, ground turkey, the cream cheese and sour cream that I use in replacement of ricotta cheese. I actually add fresh Parmesan cheese. So let's get started. That I do is I mix together the three cheeses, the Parmesan, the Philadelphia cream cheese, and the sour cream. I mix all three of those together in a bowl just to make sure that they spread easily in the wonton. The thing that I do is I take a cupcake pan and I spray each pan with cooking oil so that the lasagna cupcake will move easily from the pan. So here comes the easy part. I simply take, this is one sheet of the wonton, I press it in there, but just so that the casing is sort of thick for the lasagna taste, I place two in the bottom, the wonton wrappers in each pan, two. This is one of my favorite, meals to cook because I'm able to have them for dinner today. During the week for at least a few days, I have these in the refrigerator in my favorite storage containers, of course, one of those glass bowls, where if Charlie decides that she's hungry and I don't have the time or the energy to just immediately drop what I'm doing to give her something good to eat, then I remind her that, oh, Charlie, we have some lasagna cupcakes in the refrigerator. Go ahead and place one on a plate in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And she loves them. I am going to use ground turkey today because, of course, we're trying to eliminate the amount of beef that we consume. And for the last few times that I've cooked the lasagna cupcakes, I used ground chicken, a chicken sausage mix. So this time I said, well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and use ground turkey today, just so that the meat will at least taste different. Well, almost done here. And I know you're probably looking at this and saying, this isn't that neat, but trust me, it all comes out just right. So with ground turkey, we know that it's not, it's dry and it's not very flavorful. You kind of have to create the flavor. So one of the things I do first is I add garlic olive oil to a skillet. One of the reasons why I use the garlic olive oil is because, I don't have to always chop up fresh garlic. Plus, with this particular recipe, I don't want the garlic to overpower the lasagna. The other flavors in the lasagna, let me turn it down a little bit. And so I don't use or chop up fresh garlic. I just use garlic olive oil. So you're probably wondering, what am I going to season the ground turkey with? Here it is. This thick and zesty spaghetti sauce mix. I will add this to the ground turkey and I will not use any other seasoning. Let's go ahead and add the seasoning. to the meat. I like to add the seasoning to the meat, and then after the meat is cooked thoroughly, then I will add the sauce. So here's another thing that I do. I sprayed the cupcake pan with the olive oil, but truthfully, I sprayed a little bit inside of the wonton wrapper so that it's moist rather than dry after it bakes in the oven for a while. The ground turkey is cooking. What I do is I start spreading or putting the cream cheese inside of the bottom of each of the cupcakes. So you can see that, you know, it's not a perfect look. However, it'll all blend together when we start adding the ground turkey. I do use 2 cupcake trays because I cook too much. So I make more than 12. You will find the recipe at consideritdone.com under Monday Madness. The ground turkey has thoroughly cooked. I'm going to go ahead and add the tomato sauce. Now remember, I did already include the zesty spaghetti seasoning, and I allow that to cook in the meat so that the flavor will set in the meat. The recipe is, again, at consideritdone.com, but I believe I used 2 cans of just regular tomato sauce. Okay, so here it is. I've transferred the ground turkey and sauce from the pan, and I am going to start layering it. So I simply just take a spoon and place it on top of the cream cheese, sour cream, and Parmesan cheese. It's kind of messy, but it turns out just right in the end. And the truth be told, I always cook more meat sauce than is required to fill the amount of cupcake pans that I have. But that's okay. I simply freeze the remaining meat sauce, and let's just say, for example, if I'm home one day and I have a taste for some pasta, then I may boil some spaghetti and take the meat sauce out of the freezer and add some more ingredients, and voila, I have a bowl of spaghetti left over from the remaining parts of the lasagna cupcakes. The next thing that I do is I pack the top of the lasagna cupcake with Parmesan cheese. Today I am not in the mood to grate any cheese, so I bought packaged, shredded, pre-shredded cheese for these cupcakes. It's Sunday and I have had a busy week. I'm just mentally drained. So as a cook, you find some shortcuts, and this is one of my shortcuts, is buying things that are already prepared just to utilize right away. So enough of that. So here begins the layering. I take the top part of the wonton wrapper and I place it on top of there. But one thing that I decided to do was just add a little more of the cream cheese to each cupcake before I put the final layer. Just because I have so much of this mixture left. And I don't want to waste it, and I don't particularly want to freeze this, so I'm going to add some more. Okay, so that's done. I added some more cream cheese to the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the last wonton wrapper on top of each cupcake so that I can add one more layer of meat and the mozzarella cheese. Now, you don't have to follow my recipe exactly the way that it's written on consideritdone.com. You can modify it. For example, if you don't like the cream cheese mixture, use ricotta cheese. It's just ricotta cheese is not my favorite. The other thing that you can do is that some people like to use a yellow cheese versus a white cheese for their lasagna. I prefer to use mozzarella cheese when I cook the lasagna cupcakes and when I cook the lasagna cupcakes. So now I am going to add the final layer of meat here. We're done. Now I am going to add the final topping of cheese before I place them in the oven. I've preheated the oven to 375. You know we cook everything on 375 unless the recipe requires the heat to be a little bit higher. I think I'll place these in the oven for about 20 minutes or so, and you will be able to see the final outcome of the cupcake. They're going to be so good. Now they're in the oven. Close the door. 375. My stove's a mess. So here's my cooking tip for this video. Remember how I shared with you all that I cook too much of the filling for the cupcake lasagna. I did place it in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to allow it to cool off fully, and I'm going to place it in the freezer. Again, I can use this ground turkey later on during the week. Take it out in the morning and defrost it and boil some spaghetti and have some spaghetti for lunch. So the lasagna cupcakes are out of the oven. They're done. I don't have any fresh parsley, but I am going to go ahead and garnish it with some dried parsley. How pretty is that?